Hey guys, hey, this is Nay. Follow me on IG, Periscope, Twitter, Spreaker, and support me on Patreon at NayRob on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment respectfully, and subscribe. Now, let's talk about the Queen's Supreme. I'm watching them on Periscope for all you guys that can't find the Queen's Supreme Court like as it's live. I don't have Facebook, so I always utilize Periscope, right? And I like seeing it live, so then I can get the comments live to see what people are saying, and then that way I can inform you about the consensus of the visually. It was not a comfortable thing because she had a young lady on there by the name of OG Nunu, right? I didn't know who she was at first, but, you know, I'm not one of those people to get in the live chat and be like, well, who is she? Who is she? I said, let me take time, Google her, and find out who she is. She's a Instagram, and I think she has a YouTube channel also, but she's Insta famous, right? I don't know if her numbers are as big as Tokyo Tony's or Super Cent or Funny Mike or not Tokyo Tony, Tokyo Vanity, right? Or the real Big Booty Judy or Bricka for president. You know, I don't think her numbers are as large as them. And the reason why I bring up New Orleans is because she's originally from New Orleans, but she lives here, right? And Maddie says she chose her because she really, really liked her, and she felt like she was inspired by some of the things that OG Nunu was saying. OG Nunu, I think her age is 35, and I'm like, damn, if she's a OG, then I must be a triple OG, you know? At 47, I guess at 47, you must be a triple or quadruple OG, I don't know, but OG Nunu is very little. And Maddie is little. Like, I think Maddie's like 5'2" or 5'3", something like that. But Maddie's very little. So when I seen her in the seat next to OG Nunu, who is so cute and so small. Like, I don't even think OG Nunu is, I don't even think she's 4'11". She might even be like 4'10", something like that, if that. So it looked bad to me because OG Nunu was so small. And Maddie was so thick and juicy and, you know, voluptuous and everything like that. So it wasn't really good to me. And then the dynamic between them, I'm going to say this, it was kind of like reflective of the New Orleans attitude, because basically Super, when she was on there, she was the same way. Who else? Tokyo Vanity was the same way, just laid back and just watching and just interjecting periodically, right? A lot of people in the chat was like, oh, I'm bored, I'm going to sleep, this is a snooze fest. I didn't really find it like that. And I don't know why people think that the show is supposed to be, you know, like funny every show. You know, to me, I'm not looking at it for me to get a laugh every time. I mean, it would be nice for me to laugh every time, but for the most part, I just look at it as just girls sitting around talking. The consensus in the chat was they just was not pleased with OG Nunu. Besides Messy C, she was the 3 Super Cent, Tokyo Vanity, and her all just had the same laid back attitude. Messy, not Messy. OG Nunu was just a little more lax. You know, she was just more, I could tell she was just there to be more of an observer, which I don't knock. You know, I don't believe everybody has to be a clown when they on the show. You know, that's not everybody's judge, and they shouldn't be forced to have to get out of the box to appease to everybody. No, I don't agree with that. Nunu is exactly who she is. Timbe is who he is. Messy C is who he is. Lonnie B is who he is. She's no different. To me, she appeared to be no different on the at the Queen Supreme Court than she was on who she is on IG. Let's just put that out of the way. So, what else do I want to say? I didn't know that Craig was from DC. Shout out to Craig. What's popping, baby? What's popping? If you ever come across this, Maddie just don't know how much I love her. I do. If y'all are friends of mine, or y'all love me and y'all love my reviews, please let Maddie know how much I love her. I'm actually trying to get my wife to buy the tickets for the Monday. That she's going to be down here. I forgot where she at. And I want VIP tickets. I don't know how I'm not going to fan out. I'm going to try to be cool in front of my wife. But when I tell you I'm going to scream like it's a New Edition concert, I'm not friggin' playing, okay? But let me say, what else did I want to say? Maddie looked beautiful, She was done up beautifully. Them titties was bouncing. Let me say this. I said when Super Scent was on the Queen Supreme Court, what I said was that New Orleans has their own way of thinking, so a lot of things that Super Scent was saying when she was on there, I was like, wow, that's different. That's a different way to think of things. The same way OG Nunu was. New Orleans has their own way of thinking. It was so funny. They say that DC accent is just like New Orleans accent. And it is, because we run our words together a lot, and a lot of words with ooh in it. We kind of drag it out. But anyway, let's get to the docket, right? So we went to Stevie J and Faith. And I'm going to say what I think a lot of the problem was that Maddie was throwing her opportunities to be funny, and OG Nunu just stayed in her lane. Maddie was trying to bring it out of her more, where she can be more funny, but she is who she is, and I respect her for staying who she is. And Faith and OG Nunu was down. She was like, "Hey, shout to La Vista to them. I wish them a very happy, happy, happy life." Maddie talked about that pickle though. I'm like, y'all forever talking about that pickle. I'm like, girl, that pickle is not at 100% capacity. I wish these ninjas would stop sending, pickle pictures, and they know they just took a pill. They know they just took a pill, because that is not at the full. Talk about 50 and Floyd, and what OG Nunu did talk about. What I was surprised about, she said, "I think they want each other." I said, "Oh, well, that's a thought." But then she went on to say, "I think 50 is fine." You know what's crazy, y'all? I think 50 Cent is fine too. I think he is. Well, in a monkey kind of way, right? Like he looked like, like he's fine, but in a monkey way. A big monkey. Almost like an ape, I think when he first came out, he looked like a monkey. And then now that he kind of then got bigger, it's like gorilla-ish, you know what I'm saying? But he is kind of fine. Tell me what y'all think, y'all. Do y'all think he fine? Michelle from Destiny's Child, her battle with mental illness, right? And one thing that Maddie was talking about was that she said that, which I believe is very true, that as much as people stayed on her neck about the mistakes that she made while she was in Destiny's Child, when she fell, how skinny she was, it was like, I would kind of believe that shit would eventually penetrate her mentally. It got to a point that I was like, poor Michelle, girl. I knew that eventually, if somebody keep beating you down, and you don't have a strong support system, you can't walk down the street without people cracking jokes at you, talking about you look like you're 97 years old, your wigs are busted, you bony. She did stand out from the other girls, and to be constantly reminded of it, that she made mistakes, she looked horrible. The last thing they did, she twerked, or she tried to twerk, and y'all burnt her up about her twerk. I'm like, girl. Maddie was like, Beyonce, you need to give Michelle a job. And I think so. I think she need to give Michelle a job. And maybe that will help support her. I know all the girls want to work for themselves individually to prove. But it's the point that I don't think she's been offered the opportunities that maybe Kelly has, and definitely not Beyonce has. And maybe because she feels like she's the ugly duckling of Destiny's Child. I don't know, but I do wish her all the best with regaining her confidence again, because I remember them saying even back then, where I read something where she would go to the father, Matthew Knowles, and say, look, I'm not here, I'm not right. And Matthew Knowles just brushed it off and was like, girl, you okay, just get out on stage. Talk about Boot Gang, that poor child, he went to, it wasn't Drink Champs, it was No Jumper, right? And that's like a podcast where a lot of rappers go to, and he was so fucked up, and I mean fucked up, that he couldn't even have an interview. The only reason why the host decided to carry on with the interview was because he was like, Boot Gang has promised him. He was like, please just go ahead. I'm okay. Boot Gang tried to take a picture with the host. I forget the host name, but he's some bald-headed white dude with tattoos everywhere. That when he tried to take the picture, Boot Gang passed out on him. I mean, it was sad. And all his friends around him. And I'm saying to myself, I know y'all watched him take that third pill. I know y'all watched him drink that fourth cup of Then they went on to this part of the show that I loved called Mind Your Business. And Maddie said, sis, when do you think that you're not supposed to mind your business, right? And she said when kids are involved or old people. Maddie said some of them kids be bad as shit and need their ass whooped. And some of them old people be treacherous out the mouth, which is true. But for 98% of the time, I'm sorry, I'm still gonna have a certain feeling when I see kids being what I think is abused or neglected. I doubt old people and young kids. That's when I would intervene. I would definitely not mind my business in those situations. So, what situations would you not mind your business in? I'm sure it would be old people. Then we went on to Sister Houston saying that she has dementia. Bitch. Now you got dementia. Now you can't remember all the times that you left your baby with Dee Warwick. Now you can't remember. We got Wiz Khalifa talking about men that eat bananas are suspect. You know what's funny? I don't want to see a man eat a banana. I don't want to see a man eat a pickle. I just don't want to see it. And I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I mean, you can't have an answer to everything. Bridget Nielsen being 193, having a baby. Congratulations to you, bitch. You the first bitch in the universe to have a baby at 193 years old. Then they did this final thing of one gotta go, right? And I like this, because audience participation is always the way to go. Always, always, always. But they said one gotta go. And they said Destiny Child, In Vogue, SWV, and TLC. Now, that's a hard one. That is definitely a hard one. But when it comes down to singing and voice and blowing and being able to sing, I would have to say it's TLC. What would y'all be? Who would y'all delete? In Vogue, Destiny's Child, SWV, or TLC. I mean, they had good music, but I would pick the group that couldn't sing, and it would be TLC. And don't y'all try to tell me that Chili could sing, okay? Because that was bullshit. Anyway, guys, remember this: the same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one. Deuce.